Okay, so this video is for nurses that are heavily into travel nursing that constantly checks their agencies or whichever agency that you have a resume with, and you check the rates like your life depends on it. Is it me as an LPN? Do you feel like that you come last when it comes to travel contracts, but most importantly, pertaining to this video, travel crisis rates or anything like that? As an LPN, do you feel like that you're coming last? Because during this time, like I said, I check these pages every single day, and when I look at what they're paying the RNs, and then when I look at what they're paying the CNAs, especially when they need them to deploy quickly, LPNs are like at the bottom of the totem pole. Like the bottom. And I just don't understand. So, before there was a subscriber that asked me where is the travel rates for CNAs. Like I said, over a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, if you did not see, IA Healthcare had it was IA Healthcare, and it was like three different other agencies that were advertising for well over $3,000 for CNAs, and I did not see any rates for that for LPNs at all. Okay, now I noticed a pattern because I used to study the rates last year, even before I traveled. And I remember how I said that I did not travel in the beginning of the pandemic because I felt like that LPNs did not have fair rates for what they were asking. I was grateful for to get the contract that I had one in California because that happened on the whim, and I just kept looking. I was not accepting just any other contract. I knew how much I wanted to make. I knew I was possibly putting my life on the line, everything like that, and I knew I wanted to come home with the bag. Like, I needed life-changing money. So now that the Delta variant is turning around and I'm seeing the rates that are going on for the RNs, like I said before, between the RN and the LPN, if you want them to work on the same floor, doing the same thing, like I said, IVs, blood draws, that's the only thing that's different. You can get an IV certification and you can get a blood withdrawal certification easily. The only thing is that you cannot administer blood with them, okay? In admissions, that's it. If you want the RN to LPN, the RN and LPN to work on the same floor, you have this huge pay gap, and I'm talking about $2,000 to $2,500 between the LPN. I'm not understanding what is the point in needing LPNs whatsoever. Now, before you see this video and that you're an RN or you're somebody that don't even have a degree or diploma anyway, and you're talking about, well, why don't you just get your RN? First of all, you pay for it, okay? That it's just as simple as that, okay? I know what my credentials hold. I know what I'm capable of, and I feel like if you're asking LPNs to do this heavy task, then pay them, okay? Or don't ask for our help whatsoever. Now, if you have not seen my video before where I said that I quit bedside and I was like 99.9999% sure that I was going to quit bedside, I said that I will go back to bedside if the money is right. Like I said, it has to be life-changing money. And I said the only reason that I went back out there and I did the travel contracts is because they were knocking at a LPN's door, which means that once push comes to shove and you no longer have anybody to cover that floor, you have most of your RNs that are getting sick. It's going to happen again. You have most of them that are getting sick. And you have most of them that just does not plain and simple want to work for you. Not necessarily saying that there's a nursing shortage or anything like that. They just don't want to work for you as a hospital. They know that it's shitty. They know that your ratios are crappy, okay? The only place that has good ratios is California, but that's because you have a law against them. Other states, they don't care. They'll give you as much patience as they want to. And as a nurse, you have to be able to say, no, I feel like you're putting my license in jeopardy. They will push you to the limit on that floor. So I feel like at this time that the Delta variant is getting high, the cases is getting high, people are getting sick, especially at my job and everything like that. Like, they are sick. You cannot tell me that LPNs are making any type of great money with this. So like I said in my previous video, I went through several different agencies, okay? I just found a fifth contract that was pretty good. But like I said, they want you to commit to 8 hours a day on the floor. This is no longer becoming 12 hours anymore. It's no longer become 36 hours. They want you to work 48 to 60 hours for this money. And the money is barely even crisis rates. Not even 5K and up, nothing like that. Okay? So I'm not understanding when you pay a CNA more than an LPN who has the credentials more. I just don't understand. When COVID was high, I did not ever tell y'all before, but I had a contract in New York that was close to, I don't know, I think it was about $3,500 to $4,000. But they did not want to utilize me as an LPN. They wanted to utilize me as a CNA. And I did definitely take down that contract. I said I was not going to work as a CNA. I am not going to put CNAs down because I did that for many years. And let me tell you, I put down my stripes. I'm done, okay? My back is killing me. I can no longer work in those type of conditions. You can have it. I think you guys deserve every bit of that money. But when you want CNAs, LPNs, RNs, there's no way that you can have this big gap between the LPN and RN, right? Doing the same thing. And then the CNA is making more than the LPN. And the LPN is probably, I don't know, it's $100 to $200 difference between the LPN and RN. Let me give you an example, okay? You're paying the LPN something like this. $2,100. And then you have the LPN that's making $2,000, $1,900, $1,950. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting silly. It's getting really silly. Like, by this time, F me passing pills or whatever and me having to deal with all this patient workload, getting cussed out, you know what I'm saying? I could just be an aide on the floor and deal with the less hassle and the less liability, you know, that's going on here. You know, if you don't really need an LPN, why call us? Why knock on our door? You know what I'm saying? That's why I said as a nurse, you have to really respect yourself. Like, all money is definitely not good money, but there will be that one nurse that will definitely pick up those type of contracts. And like I said, I don't know you guys' financial situation, but I definitely feel like in this day and age, ever since COVID has come about, that LPNs have been getting the last of the pie. You know, I've been grateful to get the good pie with all my last contracts, but that's because I was consistent. You know, I was consistent. I was asking for more money. I was going in, and I was saying, no, I don't want that contract. No, I'm not going to do this many hours and everything like that. But you had that one person that will, and I just never understand that. You will not come home with a bag when you're doing that, because you got to pay for housing, you got to pay for food, transportation, unless they providing all of that. And I only know just a few agencies that will do that. But the rest of that, you better make do what you do with that stipend, you know? So like I said, I found a fifth contract that is pretty good, but like, I'm looking at the rates between the RN, the LPN, and the CNA. Like, why is the CNA making more than the LPN? I don't understand. Like, can I get some feedback on this? Like I said, and only I need good positive vibes, okay? If you a CNA, I respect that. I want you to make that. If you are RN, I respect that. I want you to make that. But this is like a message to the agencies and the hospitals and the long-term care facilities. What sense does it make to be paying more for the CNAs? Is it supply and demand? If that's the case, have the CNAs pop the pills, honey. Have them do all of that stuff. Because, like, don't call me and I find out that the CNA is making more. For what? 12 months to be paid the same as them. 12 months of school, fees, books, to be being paid as much as a CNA. I'm like, F that. So this is like another PSA, because this has been on my mind. I'm going to be spitting out videos and stuff like that. This is another PSA. Once you start seeing these rates go up, it's going to get good for the CNAs. It's going to get good for the RNs. But once it gets really bad, they'll start deploying the LPNs. They wait till it gets bad till they need us. Like I said, I've seen LPNs work in the ICU, nursery, ER. They're definitely in the ER, okay? They are on the medical surgical floors. They are even in the OR, okay? Just because you don't know them, I do. I do. There's plenty of people out here. They don't voice. They don't have a YouTube or anything. Like, I'm telling you. as many people that I've met, these are well-cultured people that get to the bag. They don't just take anything. But I'm just seeing what's going on right in the world. I'm like, it's really not fair. I don't care how you feel about it. Like, it's really not fair. So I was telling my sister, as soon as I seen that $3,000 one, I was looking out for her because she still has her CNA certification. I said, listen, jump on that. Take it. Take it because, I mean, we'll have 4-6 weeks or whatever. You come home with a bag. Come home with a bag. Okay? So, and that's exactly what I did. I've seen several different agencies. If you are trying to apply and whatnot, definitely look at those agencies and be consistent throughout the day. But me, I'm sitting put till I see that thing skyrocket. I'm telling you. So, this is just a PSA here. I just don't understand why agencies are doing this. What do you get out of it? You know, is this a tax write-off or whatever? But LPN to LPN, if you see this, do not pick up those contracts if you do not factor in your housing, your transportation, how much you will save per paycheck, how much do you need to put back. Like, just because you see a high contract doesn't mean nothing, because once you factor in the taxes and everything like that, you're coming home with essentially nothing. That's why I said, I'm not going to California, I'm not going to New York till they hit me with a triple bag, okay? I'll fly out in 24 hours. You got me then. But I can't be the only one that sees this, that LPNs are not getting a piece of the pie, but yet they say that they need us. Or and remember before, when you ever like look through YouTube and they're like, oh well, they don't need LPNs anymore. That's a lie. If that's the case, just cut off the programs. Cut off the programs. Don't have nobody get their LPNs anymore. Make it a requirement to go get your RN and stuff like that. They won't do it because at the end of the day, it's money. It's money. Oh, they don't accept LPNs in the hospital. That's a lie. Now, I know where I'm doing my travel contract right now at the hospital that they have, it is a requirement for them to be enrolled into a RN program within 15 months when they start working there. There's a possibility that they'll pay for it, but all of that means money. They're trying to hit you with the 360 deal. Okay, as soon as you get into that hospital, when they start throwing in bonuses to do graduates and stuff like that, what that means is they're trying to get you into a 360 because they can't get anybody else to be dumb enough to take that. So, like I said, I'm not new to this. They only fooled me once. You're not about to fool me twice and stuff like that. But this is the PSA, like, stop. Stop. I want y'all to stop it. Okay. Y'all be good.